10 powerful secrets that make him pursue you. We all want others to love us, and we're willing to go to great lengths to get it. After all, we are social creatures. There are, however, a variety of approaches to persuade someone to change their mind. If you approach them and they immediately dismiss or reject your advances, they might be less willing to warm up afterward. Here are some psychological techniques for gaining someone's love. Women who are aware of this have a significant advantage over other women. Even if you don't intend to use them to lure a man, you should be aware of them so you help a friend who needs this. These quick and easy practices also benefit women who are in a relationship that has become dull. If a man isn't paying attention to you, go over all of the methods and pick a few that you can apply right now. 1. Put yourself out there. Getting yourself out there is perhaps the most crucial part of attracting others. We agree that's a bit imprecise, but often the most basic advice is the best. Despite the fact it may seem self-evident, many people fail to do this one easy thing: let them know you're available. Unless they know you're looking for love, most people won't take an action or open themselves up to the potential of a relationship. It's unrealistic to expect others to be able to read your thoughts. It's often necessary to leave strong clues that you're available. In fact, according to some studies, availability is the most appealing attribute a person may have. That's correct. It's more important than having a nice face, sexy legs, or even beautiful eyes. When we find that someone else is looking for a partner, our interest level rises immediately. You don't have to be overt about it, but you can't be the person who sits in a corner at a party and then worries why no one is flirting with you. 2. Be vulnerable. Being vulnerable is a basic concept. It's about expressing something about yourself in a genuine way, demonstrating that beyond our shields and bluster, we're all human beings who simply want to be loved. Instead of creating trust by disclosing information about yourself, most pickup artists think that you should urge others to reveal as much information as possible. Your sole motivation should be to learn everything you can about him so you can effectively exploit his desires. There's no questioning, however, that being vulnerable first makes people feel more at ease around you. 3. Show him that you are girlfriend material. What drives a man to pursue a woman? Consider what it is that draws you to a man. It's the little stuff, like whether or not he has solid friends and family ties, is he compassionate, empathic, patient, passionate, and loving towards others? Men, believe it or not, look for these attributes in a woman. Sure, they're visual beings, but that only takes you to the first step. They'll sleep with you and then go on to find a girlfriend, someone they can show to their parents. You won't have to do anything if you show them your heart and soul. 4. Make them feel wonderful. You must be able to stir someone's emotions and assist them in experiencing intense, pleasant feelings in order to gain their favor. It may sound absurd, yet it is true. Consider how you feel when your friends express their love for you. Isn't it obvious that they're kidding or sarcastic? According to research conducted by Philip Rothschild of Geneva University Hospital in Switzerland, they may be speaking the truth to some extent. Dr. Rothschild saw infants laying on a bed with their mothers and observed that as soon as she began touching them affectionately, they began smiling. Further research revealed that when babies have a positive experience, they instantly do something nice in return without having to think about it. You can encourage someone to like you by mimicking their body language as a way of subconsciously expressing, "Hey, I'm comfortable," and then eliciting a positive response. 5. Highlight shared values. People are most drawn to persons who are similar to them according to famous research by Theodore Newcomb. This is recognized as the similarity attraction effect. In his experiment, Newcomb assessed his subjects' opinions towards controversial topics like sex and politics before placing them in a University of Michigan-owned residence to live together. When the individual's sentiments about the issues measured were comparable at the conclusion of their stay, they liked their housemates better. Interestingly, a recent study conducted by experts at the University of Virginia and Washington University in St. Louis discovered that Air Force trainees liked one another more when they shared negative characteristics than when they shared favorable ones. 6. Learn how to make a great first impression. Making a good first impression is by far one of the most effective techniques for enticing someone. Some individuals may be disappointed by this because if you've already met the love of your life, you can't go back in time and remake a nice first impression, can you? It's something to keep in mind when meeting new people, and it's something we can't always manage. Going the additional mile to portray oneself in the best light possible, on the other hand, goes a long way at that essential first meeting. According to studies, the important moment might last as little as 30 seconds. According to several studies, people decide whether or not they love a person within half a minute of meeting them. And those impressions stick with you. This signifies you only have a limited time to persuade the person. This may appear difficult at times, and it is. Often, there's nothing you can do to change the reality that someone does not find you appealing. But you have a greater chance if you understand the significance of first impressions. 7. Pratfall effect. Relax. Don't strive for perfection. Many of us wish we could do that while attempting to attract that particular someone, but it's much easier said than done. It's normal for many of us to stiffen up when we're in the presence of someone we have crushes on. The good news is that it indicates that you care. The bad news is that continuing to strive for perfection may have serious consequences. This is due to something known as the pratfall effect, which you should be aware of. The pratfall effect basically states that people are drawn to those who show their imperfections. That's true, as counterintuitive as it may appear, most people find imperfection appealing. You can't be making mistakes left, right, and center while yet coming across as competent. However, if you make a few errors here and there, that particular someone may regard you as more accessible and human. So, honestly, relax. 8. Keep trying. If you want someone to like you, you must be persistent. When it comes to having someone on your side, it's almost as vital as your principles and beliefs. However, it is not simply about being bothersome, rather it is about remaining loyal to oneself even when things do not go as planned. Sometimes, no matter how much effort you put into something, it just won't work out. And you must not allow it to affect you. People will respect your perseverance if you keep going in the face of failure and adversity. Just make sure you don't overdo it by pushing so hard that others feel manipulated or dominated by your actions. Be real about who you are and what you want, but also be prepared to adjust to changing circumstances. 9. Treat others as you would like to be treated. It's one of those tried and tested fundamental rules that almost everyone can appreciate. Treating people the way you want to be treated can help ensure that they will treat you in kind, and they will feel more at ease doing so if they know who you are as a person. 10. Concentrate on yourself. Sometimes ancient adages are accurate. When you stop hunting for someone, they just happen to emerge. This is because when we focus on ourselves, we are making the most of our life, and we shine without realizing it. You are sending a strong message that you do not require a man to complete you, that you have a wonderful existence, and that any man who wants to be a part of it must be worthy. That's a red rag to young men. That's a competition they want to win. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching.